Congratulations, Greg. We now have with us the champion of the 285-pound weight class, Greg Kerkvliet from Penn State. Greg, when you're comfortable, if you could start us off with some general comments about your championship match.
Feel good. I mean, the one thing I kept telling myself over and over again is I want to be tough, but God doesn't just make you tough. He puts you in positions and gives you opportunities to be tough. So I just told myself it's another opportunity to go get tough and prove myself that I can be tough. And I think I did that.
Okay, please remember to raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. One's on the way, right here on the front row.
Greg, Mike Finn for Win. Greg, you used the word tough. I'm not sure people would ever doubt that in you. Why would you think that now that you weren't tough enough?
Just because I know that I can be tougher than I've shown in the past. Maybe not by myself, but through God I can be.
That's another question here.
Yes.
Okay. One thing. When you came out of high school, you were only like a 220-pounder. I'm not sure what your size and dimensions are. Can you talk about your literally your growth into this heavyweight?
Yeah, it's been slow and gradual. I think I put good weight on over the years. But yeah, I didn't want to stack on like too much fat. I think I've been able to grow and put a good amount of muscle on.
What is your weight?
250, 255.
Okay, let's go in the front row here on the right.
Zach Allen with the Daily Collegian. This has been a few years in the making. First, you were like 7th, then you went to 4th, then you were runner-up last year. Now you won. When you talk about being tough, over the last few years, what was the toughest challenge you had to overcome to get where you are today?
Well, there was some growing I had to do. And not necessarily growing in wrestling, but I had to grow in my faith. Like, I've always been religious, but there's a difference between like being like having faith and then like living faith. And I'm not perfect, but I think I'm doing a better job at it. And I'm just going to continue to keep trying to grow.
Let's go right here.
It looked like you got to his ankles a couple times early on. You've wrestled him before. Is that something that you came in knowing that you could maybe exploit, or was it just what he ended up giving you?
It just kind of ended up showing itself. I mean, he's a tough opponent. He's a great wrestler, so I had to be on my A game.
Okay, let's go in the front row here.
Greg, as you know, a lot of people think heavyweight class at this time of the world, whatever in the sport, it's never been better. Have you ever seen how you place yourself amongst these heavyweights currently and what you want to do to separate yourself from the Stevensons and whatever the ones we've had in the past couple of years?
No, I've never really thought about that. Those guys are all great wrestlers, but I'm not really I don't really want to be remembered as a great wrestler. I kind of want to be remembered as like a good person who tried to do right by people. So I'm not too concerned about that.
Let's go to the second row here in the middle.
Greg, in a previous question, he documented the previous years and how close you had been. What does it mean now to understand that you're at the top of the podium?
I think those previous years just make this that much better for me. It feels good.
Was there another one on the second row? Okay, go ahead.
Do you have any plans in freestyle now that college is done?
Yeah, I think Olympic trials is coming up pretty soon, so go throw my hat in there, see what happens.
Okay, please remember to give us your name and your affiliation. We're going to go right here on the left.
Ryan Holmes, Intermat. Last time you guys wrestled, it was a closer score. It was 5-point. This time you widened the gap. What was the difference for you? Was it preparation? Was it something that you were feeling from him? And what would you attribute to that?
I was just trying to pressure in more, work on my hand fight, let him make sure he doesn't get to his ties. And I think I did a pretty decent job of that. I think it fell into place.
Okay, we got one in the back on the left.
Kyle Klingman, Flow Wrestling. How'd you like wrestling first, right out of the gate?
Oh, it was awesome. I couldn't have planned that any better. I mean, having to wait until the end, it's like kind of blows a little bit. So just get in and get at it.
Okay, let's go here on the front row.
Andy Elder, Lewistown Sentinel. Greg, you usually are preparing for your match as your teammates wrestle. What will it be like tonight to get to watch them without the pressure of knowing that you have to compete coming up?
It's awesome because usually I have to control my emotions and hold it in, but now I get to just be free, be happy, and cheer those guys on.
Let's go back over to the left.
So you obviously just won, but you have one more year left. Do you plan on coming back?
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, anything else for right here on the front row?
Dominic Campbell, Nittany Sports Now. Greg, with this national title, is there a sense of relief finally achieving this, or does it just feel like a new beginning, or is it just, you know, everything you worked for and you're just happy to be where you are right now?
I think in the past it would have been a sense of relief, but I kind of went into the match with a mindset of like, it doesn't really matter if I win or lose because I have a platform and I'm going to use this platform to glorify God. So win or lose, I think I did my best to do that. So it just happened that the cards fell my way.
Let's go here on the front row here.
You're from Minnesota. Why was Penn State the best place for you to go?
So that's where God had me. That's where the cards fell. Started at Ohio State. Those guys are great. I don't have anything bad to say about those guys. But one thing led to another, and I found myself here, and I'm thankful for it.
Okay, anything else for Greg? Okay, Greg, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Take your card.